Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. What a beautiful time to be a Neo shareholder. What money making, Mitch? How is that so, you may say? The share price keeps dropping again. Yes, the same thing they did to Amazon. The same thing they did to Bitcoin, the same thing they did to SoFi Technologies, and all of the companies they perceive, or like in Bitcoin case, a threat to the establishment, a real winning business model as well. Those are the ones they go after. This is why most of your Chinese companies are now listing, not most, all of them are listing in Hong Kong because they got tired of it. Momenta just listed again. Momenta listed in Hong Kong. So many of them are doing it. In fact, all of them are doing that now because they're tired of the market manipulation and the corruption here in America and in the market. Nevertheless, we know that if they didn't do this to NEO, uh, we would not become multimillionaires, which we're getting ready to become. It's only those with vision and learned history background will understand what I'm saying, because history is your best teacher. But most people don't use history. They poop in their pants when the stock price go down. If you notice, the shorts are ramping up on my channel again because they understand what's coming. This is their last chance of dragging it down, just like they did with Amazon and the rest, just before the company takes off. The company has taken off. It just hasn't been reported. We have to wait till February of next year for this quarter to show profitability, which it will, and they know that. So this is the manipulations, the manipulators on the high places on the American stock market, last chance to bring it down so that their boys can buy in again. It's, corruption at the highest level, but they get away with it. It's like when Robinhood was stopping people from buying shares of GameStop illegally and only allowing them to sell it to save the hedge funds and the big boys who were shorting it. And they got away with it. Nothing happens to them. That's why I will never use Robinhood to buy stocks. But anyway, what is happening? Exactly what I said. Now Deutsche Bank is saying it. NEO will likely achieve its goal of reporting non-GAAP profit in the fourth quarter. But how is that? The stock, we recorded a little less deliveries in November than we did in October. So how is that possible, money making Mitch? You see, we're not spending anymore in this quarter. That was in the third quarter. But anyway, let's talk about this. It said, driven by reduced research and development expenses and surging deliveries of its high margin ES8 SUV that we saw yet again in November, along with the ET9, whose sales did not decrease. It did not decrease in November compared to October as well. High margin cars. According to Deutsche Bank analyst Bin Wang, the Shanghai-based EV maker expects vehicle gross margin to reach approximately 18% in the fourth quarter. Wang wrote in a research note on Monday, the improvement from 13.9% in the third quarter, the improvement, even though we were spending, of 2024, and from 10% in the second quarter reflects a favorable product mix with significant ES8 deliveries, the analyst said. When NEO reported third quarter results last week, research and development expenses totaled $335.8 million, down 28% year over year and 20.5% from the second quarter. And now we're not doing any spending in the fourth quarter. The company attributed the decline to lower personnel costs in research and development functions, primarily as a result of organizational optimization and the decreased design and development costs resulting from different stages of development for new product and technologies. Now remember, guys, the CEO said in the earnings report, we will be selling chips to the entire EV industry. That will bring in more money than selling cars. Wrap your heads around that. But Wall Street already knows that. But they want you, the retail investor, as usual, to sell your shares. And as expected, a lot of them will. But the lions on this channel, we will not sell our shares. In fact, for those whose average is higher than what it is now, they started nibbling again. Chief Executive William Lee provided additional context during media Q&A session held a day after the earnings release. You see, you're not supposed to use emotions when investing. This is not trading. This is investing. And this is why people who push a certain narrative like NEO to 100 next year, NEO to 100 next year, 100 by February, by March, they appeal to a certain class of investors. I'll leave it at that. Fundamentally, the CBU model directs us to prioritize high return, high priority projects. So while spending decreased, output remained comparable, Lee said. Target maintained. Despite having trimmed its fourth quarter delivery target from 150,000 to 120 to 125,000 units, the chief executive reaffirmed the profitability goal. He reaffirmed the profitability goal. I see this company as $1,000 a share company, $1 trillion behemoth of what we're getting ready to do starting next year. In fact, starting from this quarter. Initially, the company aimed to double vehicle deliveries. Deutsche Bank analyst said the group's best-selling model ES8 is on track to reach NIO's 2025 sale target of 40,000 units, with a projected 33,000 units in the fourth quarter alone. Last week, the company marketing vice president Kang Kai said the team hoped the ES8 delivery target can reach 10,000 units, making its fastest produced car in NIO's history. Commenting on the December figures, the executive teased another major production push. Allow me to say that again. Commenting on the December figures, the executive teased another major production push. So even if you see, a slowdown in Envo, that's okay. That's not our high margin selling car. We are prioritizing the high margin boys. The company delivered its 20,000th ES8 unit over the weekend, only 70 days after initial delivery began, across more than 40 Chinese cities. NIO reached its first 10,000 deliveries in 41 days, benefiting from a prepared backlog that accelerated the timeline between order acceptance and customer delivery. Yes, we've learned from our past mistakes. The official launch event took place on September 20th. The EV maker's other sales and services segment is expected to maintain consistent revenue and gross profit compared with the third quarter, according to Deutsche Bank. And NIO reported third quarter gross margin of 13.9%, up from 10.7% in the year earlier period and 10% in the second quarter of 2025. So this is why you see that I am not one bead of sweat will roll down this lion's face. No, I will rejoice and keep buying for my son. I hope you guys found this video yet again to be informational, inspirational, and motivational. If so, guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and hype it. It takes a lot of time to do these videos and the editing. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we are waking up the middle class for the first time to get a major piece of the pie from the ground level up as to how the games are played on Wall Street. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.